Welcome one, welcome all to the Hennessy Performance League channel. We have some heavyweights, two heavyweights in their respective conferences, Kansas State and Miami here today. With me in the booth, we have the Oregon head coach. He was just in the booth for a fascinating Ole Miss and USF game. We have Mayhem. Mayhem, say hello.
It's me, Mayhem123. Champion, former champion of this dynasty, number 3 ranked team in the nation. So definitely excited to bring some championship analysis. We've got a team here in Miami that made the championship last year, came up just short to in-state rival, and we've got Kansas State who have not. So we'll leave it at that, and we'll see how this game plays out.
Yeah, both of these teams are in my no excuse club this season. Obviously, that was released during the schedule stream. But yeah, Miami made the national championship last season, so they kind of have to they kind of have to repeat that, right? 94, I believe 94 overall defense. Yes, 94 overall defense. So I think they're going to really be a staple on the defensive end, but we kind of know how Miami operates, right? Heavy on the Wildcat. We saw Ole Miss in the previous game do kind of the same thing as we're underway.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though. Miami lost, obviously, CJ2K Jr., the number 1 draft pick last year. Also lost CJ Baxter. So both of those running backs, elite running backs that made that offense work, are gone. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see, what if they keep doing the same thing. I don't know if they're going to have the same amount of success, but especially with the rain, you've got to wonder if the Wildcat will be a big deal. So, we'll see. We've got Magic Don Juan, the quarterback here. And we've got a new quarterback for Kansas State. After all the hype around Blake Barnett, he is benched. And, it should be interesting, though, to see no Wildcat here on the first play.
Yeah, that's
And no
Cash.
gain
I'm
either.
not sure. Yeah, we're not too familiar with all of the kind of new names that people have kind of messed around with. We saw a lot of interesting names in the Ole Miss USF game. That I think you have to watch that stream to look at that one.
Yeah, got to wonder if Kansas State is just
Your lag.
unprepared.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was lagging a little bit.
Okay, all good. So,
The
well,
stream
here we go.
stopped.
Joker, what is your prediction for this game? Who do you have winning?
I mean, I just think I gotta go with Kansas State. I think the consistency on offense is going to be the key
Mm,
point of this game, and I think Kansas State's going to come out with the win.
very interesting. Well, here we go.
Cash.
Na-
Nadavius?
Navius.
No, but if Sauce can help
It's
us, help
Cash.
me, help
It's
you.
Cash.
Navadius Cash.
Navadius,
Navadius.
okay.
Y'all can Google it.
Okay.
Great
Oh, so he's
name.
actually a real player. Okay. I thought this was kind of a.
Great name. Oh, here we go.
Here we
Wildcat.
go.
And we saw this a lot in Ole Miss. There's the back in motion. Direct snap up
Does
the
he
middle.
get it? He
No!
doesn't get it. Okay, now what do you do? And I think you have to punt. I mean, do you really want to be this aggressive on the first play of the drive?
I don't know. This is a tough one. I think if you're a defensive team, you got to trust your defense here, but this is the disadvantage of having the ball first. Like, these decisions are a lot of pressure, but we'll see him punt it here. Ooh, big hit.
You might want to do a fair catch. We saw, I believe, a fumble recovery or a punt recovery in our last game with Ole Miss on the defensive end. So we'll see the new quarterback of Kansas State kind of get to ropes. And I mean, the first game to play probably isn't the best to play the 17th ranked school on the road with Dagger.
Here it is, Dagger looking.
Does he get the 2 feet? And he does it. And it's Faison T. Dagger.
Faison Dagger.
This little cat.
The ego never stops.
Yeah, and this is one of the. Oh my goodness! Already a booth review. I think this
Yeah, I
kick
don't
will
know if he got
stand
the
out.
feet in.
Oh, he
Oh, he
does it!
did!
Oh my goodness! Wow. They still have Joe Jackson though. They did reset the game clock just so it gives them enough time to pick a play, but um, kind of the same guys. Obviously, no Dylan Edwards. He's moved up to the NFL, so Joe Jackson is going to be number 4. It's going to be the star halfback from the backfield.
Yeah,
Did he do the
Faison
same thing
again. Oh,
again?
he
He
caught it.
got it.
I don't
Ty
know
Black.
what receivers coach works with these players here at Ole Miss or at Kansas State, but I mean that is an incredible catch. Faison, quite the name for a Caucasian quarterback.
There's Joe Jackson. There's only a gain of 3 there, and they're already in Miami's territory. So, I mean, I think Miami, what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to be more aware of the playmaker part of Dagger there with a QB, just to kind of break up any throws on the run there. So,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though, to see Kansas State all year.
there he goes.
I mean,
He caught
that's
it
a,
again.
in the rain. I mean, the thing, though, for Kansas State, this is Kansas State's first year without unquestionably the best running back in the game. That's, I think, going to be something to watch throughout the season, especially. I mean, Dylan Edwards and I can't remember who the first guy was, but those guys were absolutely elite running backs. Joe Jackson is a great player, but he's not either one of those guys. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes not having that element.
Oh my
There's
God, he
another.
held on again. Oh, there's just no
DJ
way.
Giddens.
Yeah, DJ Giddens, and those were two elite. I mean, there's a difference between being a great running back and like a world class running back. So it'll be interesting. But man, Faison out here is just ripping balls. I mean, I don't know how his receivers feel about the hits that they're having to take, but it's working so far. So
They're gonna
Dagger
have to throw this away.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have 3 QB spies up? Because the way those defenders were moving, they were not worried about whatever the receivers were doing behind them.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Miami, you talked about their defense. They have the better players. We saw this in the Ole Miss game against USF, where really I think over time it plays to have the better players, but that's a good throw. Good
It's a
move.
good juke. Wow.
Slippery out there, but able to find his footing, no problem. So here we go, Dagger. Here we go.
Just so much time.
Yeah,
Got
checks
it.
down.
Oh,
what a move!
touchdown! He got it. Wow, I didn't think he was going to get in, but touchdown Kansas State. I'm sorry if
Yeah,
there's going to be
great.
like lapses, but I am watching the Laker game at the same time. Go Lakers. I know Dank's probably somewhere
Yes.
watching the Pelicans game.
That's how serious we take this here in the booth. So, anyways, that's going to be a touchdown for Kansas State. I don't know how that's a 95-yard touchdown drive, but apparently, yeah, I mean that's what they do. I mean, I don't know if you're Miami, you're definitely going to have to make some adjustments defensively, but the biggest key for Miami is going to be scoring on this drive, in my opinion. I don't think you can't come away empty-handed again. But I mean, you've seen them go away from that Wildcat a little bit, and you'll see them go away from it here too. So
Yeah, Don Juan. Little low throw. Got it. This is going to get the first down. No, that's 2nd and 1 to the 34. A little tempo, a little hurry up here.
yeah, I always like the tempo. I feel like they've got them in a formation that they like right now. That's a great first down play. 9 yards, you set yourself up.
Oh,
Uh-oh,
I don't know what
coming
that
back.
might be, actually.
That's holding. Yeah,
Holding.
that's tough for Miami because that's exactly what you want to do. 9 yards first down, and then you get 9 yards first play, and then a first down. But now it's 2nd and 9. I mean, you might as well have just run for 1 yard on first down here. That's tough. We'll see what they can do here.
Looking Don Juan 101 downfield. Can he get there? No contest. Is that Booker T? And that's a Washington, and that's a touchdown, and we're tied.
That
Or is
was,
that
I
George?
mean,
It might be
yeah,
George.
I don't know. But you see the head tap. I don't know. It's Booker T. I don't know if you saw that. That cornerback is a foot shorter than the receiver. I mean, that is a recipe for disaster if you're Kansas State, having that matchup down the field. So it'll be interesting to see if they change things around here. But, you know, that's a great response. Magic Don Juan showing a little magic in that arm there. I mean, just a great throw. And it's knotted up at 7 here.
Yeah, that was, to me, that was kind of really good that Miami got that touchdown. Just to get back in this game, like just to say, hey, the offense. Oh my God, we got Lamar Lincoln. I think that's definitely a custom name, but okay, Kansas State ball back, dagger to Joe Jackson, and that's just nowhere. Octavius Jones' third tackle of the day.
Yeah, nice play by Octavius there. I mean, just someone's got to at least put a hand on him. And now you got a pause from
Kansas
Miami, a
State.
little potential lag situation. So it looks like we're all good, though.
There we got Timmy Cushing.
The game didn't
Got
let
a
us
few
pick
names.
plays.
Oh, okay. And now you can't use any more timeouts. Is that for the rest of it? I'm not sure how the timeout kind of situation works.
Yeah,
there,
till
but
halftime.
looking, that's a dangerous throw, and he
Oh
held
my
on again.
God.
That's the fourth catch in this first quarter. That's kind of been a 50-50 ball so far, and you kind of wonder
In the rain.
in the rain as well. And I mean, hey, Miami, opportunity to get this team off the field.
He's a big play. Dagger's got to throw this. He does. He's got
Wide
a man.
open. Davis got blockers first down. Miami territory.
Yeah, this is the dilemma that you face when you play Kansas State is, do you get pressure and, you know, try and get pressure, or do you kind of drop back and play defense? I just don't think you can afford to be giving him 10 seconds in the pocket to just stand there, because someone's going to get open. So I think that Miami's going to have to maybe adjust on that a little bit, you know, especially in like a third down situation. But, I mean, we'll see here, first down and 10. A lot of adjustments on the road.
Another blitz coming, wide open. Can he get there? He dropped it. There's the first kind of 50-50 ball that was dropped. That was Leroy Mack, I assume, on the play there.
It's a great play by Leroy. I mean, that was nearly an interception. That's not a great throw. And, you know, I'm shocked he didn't come down with that. But you saw that time some pressure, and it kind of speeds him up a little bit. But now, second down, we got to get a stop here.
Dagger looking. Let's see what he can do on the run again with number 2. He might have to throw this away. What in the world? What in the world?
Oh,
what in
no!
the world? What in the world? He almost caught it. What? It's the fact that he almost caught that is the part that gets me. There's just no.
I mean, Kansas State, you just can't. You can't teach that. I don't know what they have in the water over there. First of all, the throw, if he catches that, it's 1 yard. But the fact that that's not an interception back in Miami's end zone, I mean, someone is getting paid out here.
Dagger looking again on the run, and he got it. It's
Oh, my
black.
God. Even when he's cold. I don't know. Here we go. Well, Miami's got to come up with a stop. They've had multiple third downs now.
Dagger, one pump. Can he get the 2 feet?
No.
He dropped it as well.
Well, it should have been a defender over there. If there would have been a defender over there to hit him, he probably would have caught it. He had no one on him. I think he was just surprised by it. Ball goes right off his hands.
How many QB spies does Sauce have? There's at least 5.
Man.
Jack said we cannot go backwards. It's third and long, and here's your opportunity. If you're Miami, you cannot.
Yeah, you gotta get a stop here. But to your point about the quarterback spies, I mean, this is not Avery Johnson running around in the backfield like on a 3rd and 14 nonetheless. Like, do I really think he's gonna get 14 yards? I don't know.
Look how many just don't even worry about the wide
Oh my
receivers.
God.
Just gap. There's a gap. Touchdown. He caught it. There was at least 4 QB. I think he has every defender as a spy besides the 2 deep safeties.
Yeah, and I mean, well, it hasn't worked, but we just keep doing it. But now we're at the goal line, always harder to score at the goal line.
Blitz coming. Johnson touchdown. And that's just, to me, I've never seen 4 spies. That is insane. And that's why that playmaker from Dagger is going to be so important, because if they're in that spy, they're not really going to move until the quarterback moves.
Yeah. Again, I think if you're Miami, you have to change something. But again, now you put yourself in a situation where you have to respond, right? You have to come back and score. Not a great kick. Fair catch, though. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But to me, this is kind of like an all or nothing drive for Miami.
I do
Not
agree.
just because it's just because Kansas State gets the ball and they get the ball at the start of the second half. So if
You haven't
do not
stopped them
convert,
once either.
yeah, and to me, you have to take up most, if not all, of the second quarter clock with these next 4 minutes here.
Yeah, well, here we go. We're going to see what Don Juan does. He's got 2 backs in the backfield and hands it off.
Cash, money, first down, out of bounds.
Nevadius. That is a great name.
It's the fact that this is apparently a real person.
It is a real person, actually. I looked it up.
It's a custom name, or is this the actual player?
It's a real player on the roster.
Okay. There's a jet pass. This is going nowhere. Oh my God! What?
Wow!
The ability to only make the 2nd and 10 when that was probably 2nd and 15 that's just incredible.
That spin move, yeah, that, like you said, really nothing else you can say. That was I've never seen a more impressive 0-yard play. But that's the difference. Like, being in 2nd and 10 versus like 2nd and 16, if he doesn't make that move.
Oh, I thought he was going to go to the other receiver, but it's going to be 3rd and long, and okay. Here we go. This is kind of the consequences, and this is where I kind of picked Kansas State to get away with this, because the Miami offense kind of has lapses on its side, and when you play like Kansas State, Ole Miss, USF, you can't have those type of
Just forgetting me. Anyways, here we go. 3rd and 10.
Oh, he had to stop. 4th and 3. I think we got to go for this. We cannot just punt the football. He's getting the ball back. He could double dip either way. I feel like we have to go for this to keep our offense on the field.
Yeah, I feel like you don't necessarily have to go for this, but I would definitely at least line up in something, see what the formation is, and then if you like it, snap it. But if you don't, there's nothing wrong with just taking the delay game and still punting this. You just have to get a stop. Here we go, 4th and 3. They run.
That's going to be picked off. I thought he got enough, but he didn't. Sims, can he get enough? Going to bring it back. Can he? Touchdown.
Oh, got it.
And the Miami, Dawson is celebrating. I'm not sure what he might have to be traded after this game. Alexander Sims.
Yeah, it's just Miami. A great coverage by Kansas State. There's really nowhere for him to go with that. And I agree. Had he just layered it a little higher, maybe. But when that ball floats up there for so long, you give the defensive back just more time to go make a play on it. So This is exactly what Kansas State wants. If you're Miami, like, it's go time now. You got 2.5 minutes. You need to score. And if you're down 7.5, I mean, if you get a stop, you're right back in it, right? But you've got to find something on offense. They had one huge play vertically. Other than that, it really hasn't been much. So
There's the toss. 1 minute beat. Can he get there? He can. Got blockers downfield. Cash to the 47.
yeah, and this is something we saw Kansas State struggle with a little bit last year. Like the power run schemes, we saw USF just run them out of the building with that. You know, and see it there.
Yeah, 2nd and 7, and that's going to take us to the 2 minute warning. I mean, you just kind of look. Kansas State has not really ran this football. They've actually been negative on the running side of the football.
Yeah. Well, this is a critical drive for Miami especially. Here we go, 2nd down and 7. Looking to the sideline here.
Oh, a little screen. Gotta make cash.
Good move.
First down.
Good move.
Gonna run
these running
a
backs
little tempo.
Here we go, 1st and 10.
Making adjustments. Don't want to make too many now. The red throw caught. Lashley.
Oh, ball's out.
Ball's out!
You have to be careful running over the middle and just letting yourself. I mean, watch this: 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4. You just don't want to take that many hits over the middle.
Yeah, the 2nd and 3 in field goal range, but kind of needing a little bit more. Dawson's going to get the first down, going to get out of bounds to the 29.
Great job to get out of bounds there. That's the right play.
Yeah, kind of doing everything right so far this drive. A little bit more fluent offense. You know, Miami's kind of been known to have some lapses like we've talked about, but good on Miami to kind of stay tough here and drive down this field.
Yeah,
oh my God, he went through him. 2nd initiative.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's a good play. I mean, if you're Miami, ideally, you don't want to score right now and give the ball back to Kansas State with 3 timeouts and 1.5 minutes to go on the clock, right? So there's a little bit of that too.
I think we're doing everything right so far. It's going to be a first down for Cash. Made him miss to the 8.
Yeah, a little surprised to see a timeout there from Miami. I don't know if that was necessarily needed, but I mean, this ground game has worked, and I was surprised to see them move away from it so fast. You know, I just feel like, especially in these situations when you know you're playing a good player, it's hard to stay disciplined. But you do kind of have to remember. Oh, here we go.
Keeper Dawson. Push to the line. Gotta run some tempo.
Yeah, they like what they saw. I also like this for Miami to run down a little bit more clock, but they're not really going to do that.
Oh, you should have just let it. And then the Kansas State calls timeout. And that's why I think you should have let the person running across keep that, because that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, and just a quick, I mean, in the Wildcat, as far as I know, you can't audible out. So once you run the first play, if you no huddle, you have to run the same play.
One man to beat. Oh, he doesn't. And then, I mean, timeout Kansas State. Now what do you do? Kicking field goals against this team.
I mean, this is a tough field goal angle. Miami has a timeout if they want to reconsider. No, they're going to kick it. Oh, and it's in. Not by a lot, but it's in. So Kansas State's got a timeout, and this is where, if you're Miami, you cannot let him sit in the pocket for 8 seconds and then rip a throw across the field and then call a timeout. This is a tough situation for Miami to be in. They're down 2 scores. You have to go into halftime at worst down 2 scores.
going to have to be committed to some sort of, if you're going to blitz,
Yeah,
but you don't want to have a bunch of spies up and then give
yeah,
up
you can. Dagger's gonna throw it. Oh, incomplete. That was a dangerous throw.
Major
Major
Richard
Richard.
10 seconds. This is probably what, 2 plays. And if you're Kansas State as well, I mean, you can be a little more riskier with, but you also don't want to
Oh, timeout.
Kansas State.
Both teams are exhausting their timeouts. Pause screens here, so we are out of those until the next half. But here we go. Second and 10. 10 seconds, but Kansas State now does not have a timeout, which puts them in a real tough spot. Dagger throws it
Let me get
short.
out of bounds here.
Bivy. Not bad. Not a bad play there. 4 seconds to go, though. I mean, you have to imagine this is going to be a Hail Mary.
I mean, if there's one person, right?
Yeah, that's right. If there's one team I would not want to be playing against in a Hail Mary situation, it would certainly be Kansas State. And
He's gonna have a chance. Just he won't have a chance. Oh yes, he
no,
will.
he gets it
Downfield,
off.
can he
catches
get it?
Oh!
No.
Almost surprised. I mean, it's like a shock.
And that's halftime.
Yeah, I mean, man. And now Miami. So, I mean, technically you got to stop that positive momentum on your defense here, but I feel like if you're Miami, your best chance of getting this game is going to be to force a turnover or something. You cannot just kind of let, Kansas State just kind of keep dinking and dunking down the field. You gotta go out and make a play.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing. I mean, when you have 4 QB spies up, this is definitely not something you can kind of do because it kind of limits your defensive choices with this 94 overall defense.
Watch out over there in that corner. Yeah, Jackson has just had nowhere to go, and you have to wonder if that's a concern for Kansas State moving forward. I mean, I think -6 rushing yards in this game. I mean, that's something to watch out for. They play some really tough teams down the stretch.
Joe Jackson wide open, out of bounds, first down.
It's a great catch. We've seen, I mean, Kansas State is known for getting their running backs involved out of the backfield, and you see it there. There he goes. That's going to be out of bounds. That's when you get pressure, right? Like,
I think
fourth
he's
game
happy he got
completion.
pressure there.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't, I mean, look at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if there's no pressure on that, I'm pretty sure he's in the end zone. So here we go. Crowd's kind of back in it here. You need the crowd in a game like this. Oh. Incomplete. Luckily, would have lost 6 yards had it been complete. We saw that in the semifinals. They had a really interesting play drawn up.
You can't really say that, that's just the back glitch in the game. You're throwing it to that receiver down there.
Yeah.
But hey, Miami needing a stop. You got to get a stop here.
Here we go. Pressure right away. That's what they need. That's what they need. That is huge. And now Miami's going to get the ball back. I mean, Kansas State, I guess they're going to think about it.
There's no way to go for this.
I would never put anything past Kansas State with how aggressive they are. But if you're Miami right here, this is 59 seconds. You're getting the ball back already. Man, they might have a good return setup too. This is promising. Oh, not on that move.
Oh my God, he stayed up.
Yeah. But still down at the 19. So, I mean, that's 70 seconds. They got the ball back. No, they got the ball back in the perfect amount of time, 69 seconds. And, that's huge. Now, if you go down and if you can score a touchdown, you really put the pressure back on Kansas State here. We'll see Don Juan in the Wildcat.
Dawson again got room to the 1.
Yeah,
Second and
I
one.
like this. I like this from Miami. Go back to like what works. I feel like too often you get down by 2 scores and you just start throwing the football again and again and again and again. Like there's plenty of time left in this game. You don't have to just sit back and throw it. It's a lesson I think everyone can take.
Dawson gets the first down. That's more important. Not a big game though. At
Yeah,
5.
that's still a good first down. I like what they're doing right now. This is where Kansas State struggles. Kansas State struggled on the ground, but they're very good when they get to, when they can play pass defense and they get you behind. So here we go. Don Juan making some adjustments. We've seen this formation a couple of times. Ooh, wide snap. Goes deep.
Oh my goodness.
Got him! He caught it! Booker T! With the Kansas State-esque contested catch. How did he hang on? Over the shoulder. That is huge. That's huge for Miami.
And back to this Wildcat, this option. Oh my goodness.
Dawson.
And
Ooh.
there has to be a better read for that option Wildcat play. I feel like there's a few times where if he just let the guy running across, he would have had yards to gain. Every time he's kept it with Dawson there, there's not been a big
Yeah.
game.
I think that there's probably a part of them that's maybe saving that a little bit, but I mean, you think back to the CJ2K days. They were running that thing outside every time, and you knew it was coming. So I'm a little surprised we haven't seen it once, but that's a good run. It's a really good run there. And so here we go, 3rd and 5. And this is always,
Yeah, are we
these
at
are
full
critical.
territory or?
I think it depends on what you get on this play, but I mean, I don't know. It really comes down to what happens on this play. Ideally, you just get the conversion here.
Oh,
No.
Oh, well, now you're gonna have to make some decisions.
Now I think look, personally, I'm taking the 3. You just got to stop your last 2 possessions, but
I just don't think you drove all the way down from the 19 to the 5.
well, you talk about driving from the 19, though. I mean, they had one big play, and other than that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're slashing for 5-6 yards a play.
Here we go.
Fourth
Go
and
for
3.
it. And this Wildcat.
You've seen it a lot. 4th and 3.
You have to go for this, in my opinion. But he might take it to the end. Oh, and yeah, he does. So I think he's definitely going to take it.
Yeah. I still like that, though, in that situation. Like, just line up. It's actually an easier field goal from the hash the further you go back. So.
But you got to make it, right? No
You
guarantee
do.
he makes this. And he's only got 10 more seconds, or this is going to be a. And
Good.
the
Wow.
kick is good.
Yep. Hard stop for a second there. But, okay, well, now it's down to a 1-score game. So this is, really.
Oh.
Miami's back in it. They're 1 stop away from having a chance. It's just for Miami, they've got to find something in the red zone. Like, once they get down inside the 10, they're just lifeless. Like, there's just nothing happening.
Yeah, Dirty Boy Jackson apologizes for leaving the stream so abruptly. It is all good. I probably would have had some nasty words to say too after having to deal with that the whole game.
And we appreciate at least the adultness to be able to
Joe
take
Jackson.
accountability. I think that's his first positive run of the game. And it comes at a great time for Kansas State. This is, if you're Miami, like, you got to keep the pressure on. You can't just start letting any field goal puts you back down 2 scores. That's really the worst part about kicking that field goal. Yep, first down. C.J. Adams.
Come to the end of the third quarter. I mean, if you're Miami's defense, do you think you can stop Kansas State again? You've taken 2 field goals instead of getting a little aggressive there and getting your going for a touchdown. But like, what do you think about does Miami's defense have enough to get another stop against ball back?
I think they do. I mean, they have the players, but just not making the plays
Joe
right now.
Jackson again.
Wildcat. Everybody's favorite Wildcat.
Oh,
Looks like they're staying in it.
yeah. If you can do it, I can do it too. Austin's gonna have a decision to make.
It's just interesting. I really just get confused. Like people trying to stop it. There you
And
go. Oh
he doesn't
no!
get it.
And you have to imagine that Kansas State's going to take this to the fourth quarter and run a quarterback sneak, and it's going to be a game of inches. And here we
Yeah, and I think he's
go.
gonna
This should
take
just
this
wind
to the
it
end of
down.
the. Oh, he has to pick a play actually.
Yeah, but this should. Oh, I don't know. Well, they're going
I
to line
think he
up and
hikes
see
it.
it. He might.
I think he
This is a
hikes
good.
this.
This is a good look. Oh yeah, moved him. Hand it to him. Got it.
Oh, he got it. I didn't think he was going to get it at first. I thought that blocked, but he got the block, and that's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, it Kansas State like to say the most important quarter in football right now is coming up, and they are staying in the Wildcat. There might need to be some discussions had about this
Yeah, I mean,
situation.
we wanted to ban trick plays. We might as well ban Wildcat, right? We're gonna ban plays, but game for 3 for
Yeah,
Joe Jackson.
might as well just ban offense too. I think you should only be allowed to kick special teams plays at this rate. I mean, what are we doing out here? I just not my place. I'm not in. I'm not at the table. I should be, but I'm not. So we'll move on anyways. So
Yeah, I
let's
kind of have to agree. I don't, but that's a different topic for a different day, right? And 2nd and 7. Dagger looking, got it. No, he missed.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time of the game where like having a freshman quarterback affects you. When you've got to be on the road in the fourth quarter, like this is where you find out what real football is. Like you find out who your real players are in situations like this. That is an unacceptable miss from Dagger. I mean, there's no reason for that ball to be out there, but now it's 3rd and 7.
Okay, here we go. Gotta get a first down here. What can he do? Looking
Oh.
wide open over the middle. Caught! Touchdown! And is that it? It's obviously still a long way to go, but Andre Davis. And this is looking to be a 15-point game.
Yeah, he had the user safety on that deep third and then ran him down to the first down marker. So that's just a great play design by Kansas State. You've been kind of doing that over and over again. It's only a minute before you got a deep throw over the third, but great job just giving him enough protection. But if you're Miami, like you've hit on a couple of big plays, so I don't think you're out of it by any means. But obviously, like there's no more kicking field goals, and this is where the kicking field goals is hurting you, right? You scored 2 touchdowns instead of 2 field goals. You're only down by 7 instead of down by 15. It's just a different game when you convert those touchdowns.
Yeah, now we gotta be in a little bit more tempo, right? We gotta score quickly, and we gotta score quickly enough to where if you preferably can score before the 2-minute warning, just as like the normalcy point part of this, and I think we'll be in a good spot.
Yeah, that's good throw to Cash.
Did he get the first down?
That's okay though. You'd rather play it safe in those kind of situations. 2nd and 1.
Don Juan looking. Oh, he's not even what?
Oh, he caught
it! Touchdown! What?
We need a replay of that. Oh, dance on him. Do your dance, young fella. Oh, my God. Did you see him jump over him and just pull it from over his head? Oh, my God.
Do your dance, YG. Do your dance. What in the world? There's no way.
Look at this throw. Look at this throw. Watch this. Watch it.
Oh, he did it on purpose. Why did he do that?
Where's the instant replay when you need it? There should be a forced instant replay. I have never seen that animation before. He jumped up and just took it from that kid. Oh my God! Watch it. Oh, that's the kick. I thought that was the bomb.
Oh my gosh.
And now Miami's right back in it. Oh my God. Here we go, Miami. They're right back there. They've got to, do something different on defense. Daggers, gonna throws, got it. Yeah, there's just no one over the middle a lot of these times. I feel like Miami is showing a lot of the same look again and again and again, and they need to, at this point in the game, like, you got to do something different. You got to try and get a turnover. You got to take some chances.
There's no deep safeties. So
this is part of taking chances, though.
Looking.
We got him! Oh, great job by Faison to hang on to the ball. I mean, because you got hit by 3 guys. But this is huge. Now, here you go. 2nd and 17. 2nd and 15, and you've got 4 linebackers on the field. I just don't agree. Oh,
so much
dagger.
time in
he's got
the
forever.
Pocket. He has 3 QB spies, 4 QB spies, 5 QB spies.
Anyone gonna make a play?
He finally gets there. Oh my gosh.
So, with all due respect, you cannot take a sack on that play. I don't care if you take a 6-yard check down because they have good coverage down the field. You cannot take a 7-yard sack when you have 10 seconds in the pocket. I mean, that is just... But this is huge. I mean, Miami right here, they've got him. They've got him rattled. I mean, they can't hear. Stadium's back.
I mean, there's a chance. I've seen something.
He's gotta throw it away, and he does. And here we go. Miami's gonna get the ball back with a chance to tie the game. I mean, that's not a good punt either. He's gonna
pick it up.
Oh, I like him not picking that up. You don't want to risk taking a hit. You're gonna get the ball at like midfield anyways. That's a terrible punt. Yeah. So here we go. Now it's Miami. I mean, if I'm Miami, how does this ball not go to Booker T? I mean, you just have to put him out there on an island. Kansas State needs to double him. It might not even matter. But here we go. They're gonna go Wildcat. Magic Don Juan
goes down.
That was
Fada Fehi. That's a name.
Yeah. That's a really nice. I thought he was gonna spin out of that the way he kind of spun out of that animation, which would have been insane. But yeah, I mean I think that's just Miami doing a little too much. I know they're going for the big play, but I just feel like if you want to go for a big play, just throw it up to number 3. Don't. Try and do too much.
It's going to take his yards. That's Carter. He stays up, and it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're easily in 4th down territory.
Oh, for sure. But that's the play you needed to run on 1st down, right? Like, here we go, 3rd and 8. Oh, he got it! Got it! And with Kansas State, with all the catches they get, Miami can't get 1. Oh, my God. And he had the tight end. Look at the tight end wide open underneath, too. I get it. But, man, on 3rd down, Oh, here we go. 4th and 8. I gotta have... Well, you gotta have this on your own side of the field here. Here we go. Kansas State pumping up the visiting crowd.
Oh, wait, that's to the defense. I mean, that's a touchdown. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Oh, my God.
He's pulled down. Okay. He celebrated. Don McNabb, and that is going to get him chewed out on the sideline, I am sure.
And we talk about it all the time. You got to be tough, right? And you better hope you score this touchdown. Oh my gosh, there's no way, right? 1-on-1,
first
defender versus quarterback. Okay, passes.
He goes over there. Donald Sahara. Man, it's pouring out here, but the Sahara's still going. Well, rain never hurt the Sahara. Here we go. That is a touchdown. Wow, that is incredible. The vertical. I mean, watch this. Look at him. LaDainian Tomlinson would be proud. That is.
Do your dance,
Wow.
YG. Do your dance.
He
That is
got
insane.
up. And man, Miami, I know this game isn't technically over, but Miami's going to look back at this game, and they had some opportunities
It won't let
to
me
come
pause
out
or
and
pick a
win
play.
this.
Same thing for me. We're good. It's going to take us to kickoff.
Just insane. Insanity.
I mean, could you just imagine had someone got up there and hit him and he fumbled? But if you want to win, you got to play the game, as they say. And so here we go. What does Magic Don Juan have in the bag? His 2 interceptions have really hurt this team. Both of them pick six. Well, essentially both of them pick sixes. Here we go. Canes on offense. Number 3 to the left. Don Juan goes underneath.
Oh, Cash. 2nd and 8.
Yeah,
That should take us to the 2-minute
probably
warning. I don't
hurry.
think they'll have enough time to
I
get a
don't
play.
know. 3, 2. Oh, they will. They
1. He
will.
will. Wow. Oh my God. I see it.
And there he
I see
goes.
it.
Double
Here we go.
coverage.
Get in.
Oh,
It's picked off.
pick Jamerson. Look, I don't blame him. I can't blame him for doing it, but it's just, I mean, I don't know why you would bring him over the mid. I have to imagine that he just threw that up, but I just don't know why you pull him into the middle of the field to where another defender is, as opposed to trying to maybe run him more outside into a one-on-one. But man, here we go. First down. Miami still got 3 timeouts. And I don't even think they're going to call them. So, and Kansas State, you've got to wonder why you wouldn't come out and quarterback kneel or chew the clock in a situation like this, but not all of us. Okay, and we're not even going to run it to 120, and we're running up the score.
Luka, bang!
Okay. See, we are not doing this. I watched the entire Oregon Ducks game. No one knew, and we can't keep our mouth quiet because Luka hits a 3 when we're playing the New Orleans Pelicans. I mean, just how far have the Lakers fallen?
You got to be tough, right? And that should do it. Oh, it's not going to do it. Okay. One more QB kneel. Sauce just needs to pick a play. The clock will be chewed down to 23 seconds left. And that will do it. Kansas State, a big win against the number 4 Miami team in week 0, will win by 2 possessions, 35-20. And Kansas State gets a big win on the road.
Yeah, it was a good game. Obviously, freshman quarterback comes out and wins. Defense played really well. 3 turnovers. I think this is going to be a good win for Kansas State, but I mean, this is not going to be their only tough game that they play out of conference, and so it's going to be interesting to see, how this goes moving forward. But this is a great win for them to start the season. Man, what a catch!
We'll get to our head coaches. We'll start with our winning head coach first, Kansas State. I don't know. I don't think anyone's massaging him for money, but electric days. If you have a copy, big win on the road against Miami. Just kind of talk us through how Dagger's performance was on the offensive end.
Yeah, starting off. The start of your not your conversation, but your question about Faison Dagger. Great QB. End of the day, made a bunch of throws that a lot of other QBs can't do. At a 74 overall, so the fact that he's able to do this now, I can't wait until he grows up in order to be 80s and high 90s later on. He did really good today, 6'4", might be the newest and freshest white man out onto the field. Joe Jackson, run game couldn't work. That's what happens when you have high overall defenses versus low overall offensive lines. That was great. We just see y'all next time to hopefully run the ball. And cornerbacks, maybe one day, right? We got burnt too many times, so I'm not happy. Even though we won, great job for everybody to get these picks. Jamerson, McNabb, and Sims, great job for all of them. It's just that win wasn't enough. We should have blown them out. That wasn't enough.
Oh, okay. Mayhem?
Yeah, obviously, a strong performance here on the road. Looking ahead, obviously, you've got some tough out-of-conference games coming up. Florida being the next one. I mean, you kind of hit on it. I was going to say, obviously, Florida's a team that plays some really over-the-top football. You got beat a couple times vertically in this game. How do you kind of clean that up heading into next week?
Yeah, man. Apparently, people they can't guard down the field. So luckily, 99 speed versus 89 speed with around 20 yards in between is not realistic for them to blow past. But hey, that's how the game work. And they're playing deep zone. I don't get that, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, we just have to deal with it and play better than our opponent. And that's why I apparently did. Still don't feel like this. I still don't feel like this was a good game for the Kansas State Wildcats. We're the big KS for a reason, and we should have played way better than what we did. We have tough opponents, like you said, above us. We got Florida. Can't wait to. We don't see Nick Harbor. He's like gladly in the NFL. We got to see other Ryan Williams and them in there. Him and then Tennessee. Got to stop the run, and then Oregon. Just another. We got to battle against two people that pass the ball very good, and I love people that pass the ball because they throw us picks, and that's it.
Yeah, last question for me. Obviously, last year it was all about Blake Barnett, coldest this, coldest that. What in the offseason kind of changed your mind to go away from him and bring in Faison T. Dagger?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think what made it happen was that Faison just has more speed than Barnett. He's able to throw the ball more under pressure than him. Even though Blake Barnett is really good on trying to extend these plays. Myself, as the user, I messed up a couple times. I should have threw it to Kai Black. That was right there for 9 yards. That could have been a gain of 20, but we just cleaned that up next time. But yeah, the fact that T. Dagger was able to step in here and do what he did, that was great. We might see Blake Barnett through the second half of the season just to see how he's doing.
All right. Well, that's all for
USC
me.
sucks.
Thank you. You got to be tough, right? Remember who's racing for tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, my question to you. I mean, you kind of brought it up. You play, Florida, Tennessee, Oregon, USF, Boise State, Kansas. Out of those 6 opponents, which one do you kind of think will be the toughest guy that you're going to have to play with? Obviously, you played DBJ twice last year. You've not played Florida and their high offense. You haven't played Oregon yet either. What kind of team are you? Okay. Out of those kind of like 6 teams that I named, which one are you kind of circling as the one for Kansas State this season?
That was tough. You have to be tough.
Okay, we're not.
So basically, I would say this is crazy. We got Florida, Oregon, and USC USF like you said. I say the 3 focal points on this whole schedule is basically the people that you named, the Florida, Oregon, and USF. I have to win those games to consider myself a great user and being able to be playoff eligible, in my opinion. So if I lose any one of those games, I don't feel like I'm playoff eligible. Whew. But out of all, I think it's Oregon. Me and him always have back and forth conversations. Me and him we always talk stuff between me and him. He has a way better overall team than me. But let's hope the user aspect equals that out. And he don't have speedy wide receivers, so we seen Oregon a little bit. We seen they was able to do. They did really great. Just hope to see them in week 5.
Okay, maybe that's why Chase Elliott got wrecked on lap one. Okay, and
Fourth
then we'll
place,
move
buddy.
on to Long Live the Sauce. I mean, Booker T, right? Like, where do we start?
He,
Do we
he's
start
down
with the
there somewhere.
Washington? Do we start with the Washington? Do we start with the George? Just kind of talk us through. I mean, obviously, there were some kind of misplays on offense, but just kind of talk us
hmm
through the performance overall.
Um, Awful. Couldn't get the run game wanted. Just got behind. Some really bad throws out there. Rain didn't help. Stopped the run. Just kind of bled out too much in the passing game defensively. But Booker T made a cool play. That's really all we could take from this.
Yeah, Mayhem?
Yeah, I guess obviously we didn't quite see as much as the Wildcat today. Is that kind of by design for the team, or is that just opponent based? We've obviously seen so much success with it in the past.
We just don't have the personnel to run it how I ran it in the past. If we get the personnel, maybe it gets used more. But a rain game, just another rain game to open the season. So we'll be glad to be in the bins next week against the Cows.
Yeah, and then just looking forward at your schedule, I'm not too familiar with exactly what you have coming up, but, are there certain games that you have circled or, big games that are coming up for you guys that you're excited for?
I mean, every game's a big game at this point, right? So, but I think tough non-conference, but that's okay. That's what we play for. I think we got Mississippi State, the Mississippi State Cows. We got them next week in Bend, so we look
Yes, we
forward to
do.
that, and we'll take it week by week. And a good game to Electric, and
GG.
hopefully we can see him again in the playoffs.
Yep, GG, man.
That's always where you
Yeah.
want to see them. Go ahead, Joker.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Miami's schedule, Mississippi State next week. The next user game after that is Florida, obviously a Final Four rematch from last year, and then they actually play 3 playoff teams that they played in their playoff run last year: Mississippi State, Florida, and USF. So
Tough schedule. I appreciate it.
yeah, really,
Yeah.
really tough schedule. Just some, I mean, hey, but you made the championship for a reason, right? So you're
Yeah.
obviously one of the best at
We
doing
could
that. But
we could get to the ACC. I think we got a good shot if we can get a first round bye.
yeah, I think
Absolutely.
definitely Sauce is looking
Clemson.
for the ACC. I think that matchup with Clemson after USF is probably going to be the big game that Sauce will be circling the most to try and get that first round bye. So, well, if we don't have any more questions, I guess we'll wrap this up. Well, thank you guys. That was a fun game. Booker T definitely put on a show on Miami side, and then Dagger made first career start on the road, freshman made some special plays, special moments on the offensive side of Kansas State. So with that, we only have one more game this week.
Yeah.
It's going to be USC and Alabama, and then we sim to the first official week of college football, and that's where kind of the big games kind of get showcased, and that's where the rankings start actually being matter. We got Oregon, Tennessee next week. We're not going to talk about Kansas and Michigan. I don't, we're not even. We have Florida and Kansas State. That's going to be a big one. Miami and Mississippi State as well. So a lot of big games, and then we also have Boise State and Wisconsin. So a lot of rank v ranked matchups, and then we'll see how we go with there. So I mean, with that, I'm always Joker. Thanks to Mayhem for joining the booth, and thank both the users in this party for putting on a good show. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at Charlotte.